Okay, I am cleaning and inspecting these pistons, and these are all dirty. Now, inside these pistons, there's a little disc. Oops. And the thing is they don't really come out too well. But it's a good place down in there to hold a lot of grime and grit and nastiness. Two of these, I put these all through the sonic cleaner. I'm cleaning everything with my sonic cleaner and then inspecting it, drying it, cleaning it, and inspecting it. So far, my, the barrels, they all look really good. Now, next thing I'm going to clean is the housing, or the two parts that the barrels go into. They mate with, and those have to be checked and make sure that they're in good shape as well. But I use a little magnet on a stick, and you can grab these things out of here. See that? And they just hold a ton of grime. So it's good to remove those and clean them. Clean inside there with a Q-tip, clean this, wipe everything off really good, and then move forward, because yeah, it's just a bunch of nastiness gets stuck into there. So it's good to get rid of that. I am simply using dish soap, Dawn dish soap, and water, hot water. Yeah, Dawn dish soap and hot water. And that was that. Remember that bolt broke off? There was enough left over that I could clamp onto. Heated it up, and it twisted right off. No problem. I am going to re-tap this with that thread, and I'll buy a new bolt that is 3/4 long, and it'll be good to go. But yeah, I am definitely going to re-tap this before I put another bolt down into it. Okay, I just got done cleaning this piece, the center piece. It's got the filter on it. This is my problem right here. This side isn't so bad right here. And this is, it goes upside down like this. And this part here goes down towards the bottom. And this is the input part. And the input part is chewed up, kind of. It's got a lot of grooving. A lot of damage and grooving. That's actually, you can actually feel with your fingernail. It's very rigid and grooved. A little, you know, got chunks out of it over here. Yeah, this thing is bad. I'm gonna have to find out how much one of these is, because this, I am afraid, is gonna have to be replaced. I mean, could I resurface this? I could try. Let's find out how much a new one of these costs, because this is definitely the problem of why this tractor will start off running fine, and then all of a sudden it just quits. It slowly slows down, and then it stops. And this is why. This thing right here, this piece. So, yeah. Let's find out how much one of these is. And it's probably expensive. It's probably damn expensive. But yeah, I don't like the prospects of flattening and surfacing this either, because this is in the way. I can't set this flat on a block, you see, because this is sticking higher than this. I'm going to end up just replacing this part, I think. So I'll find out how much one is. After really blowing up my pictures and looking at this, this looks like it might even have some hairline cracks in it. Yeah, so that's definitely definitely the problem. This guy is dead, dead, dead. And here on Amazon, we have the Hydro Gear Kit Center Section part number 70477. That is my part number. And I actually purchased this already. And I purchased it for $75. And this one says 82. So I bought this. It cost me $75 plus $5 to ship it. So 80 bucks. I've got the center section on the way. And we will pick back up when it gets here. Excuse me. In the meantime, I will just continue getting everything cleaned up and ready to go. Hydro Gear part 70477, center section. And by the way, this is my seal kit. Another Amazon purchase. The seal kit is part number 70463 for this particular Hydro Gear Transaxle. 33 bucks. Seal kit. Okay, I have cleaned off my granite block and I put down a wet dry sheet here. This is 1500 grit. I'm not doing steps. I'm just starting with the highest because these look good to the eye. They're not bad. I just want to make sure they have an absolute smooth finish. So I'm going to give them a little bit on this 1500 grit with some WD. And just kind of work them and make sure that they are absolutely flat. Yeah, it looks good. I don't see any high spots or anything like that. Just a little bit more, and then we'll call it good with this one. Yeah, that's beautiful. There's like no marks, no nothing on there. I see no high spots, no low spots. So that's good for that one. These are going to have to be re-sonically cleaned, by the way. Okay, now this is the one that goes in the bottom of the case, and I'm just going to put like a B on this with a permanent marker right there, so that I do want to keep them separate. Okay, and this here is the one that was mated against that part that was really bad on the center section, and it is micro grooved. I mean, it's not terribly noticeable. Nothing like to the naked eye that's really terrible. But I bet if I looked at this under my microscope, I would see lots of little grooves. So we're going to work this one a little bit better than the other one. A little bit longer. It's not bad. It's actually looks pretty good. So, but we'll go ahead and flatten it nicely. And where goes my... Oh, I must have thrown it out. really hard to, I can't really tell. Can't tell. My eyes are not keen enough to see any spots, but I see some scratches and stuff when I get it in the right light. Let's see if I can just get it in that right light again and take a look. Yeah, it's really cleaning up. Cleaning up nicely. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Oh, and to my fingernail now, it is completely flat. Whereas I could feel little micro grooves before. I do not feel them now at all. It feels completely flat. And that's what I want. All right. I'm going to call that good. That really, really, really flattened that out nicely. Cleaned it up. I think I will go look at this under the microscope really quick though, just to verify. Probably look at both of them. Yeah, and then go from there. I think we're looking pretty good though. Okay, when I looked under the microscope at this one, and this is the one that made it up against the really damaged part of the center piece, I see a little microscopic groove between these two channels, and it almost goes all the way through. So I think that will be a problem. So what I want to do is get a little more aggressive on this. I'm going to have to put like my 180 down and do the 180, and then come back with the 1500 to finish it. But I've got to get that little groove out. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to have to remove this. Okay, I got my 180 taped down. And this is going to be much more aggressive, because I really need to remove some material. Just a tiny bit. Kind of take a look at that. I don't have my glasses on. What I'm going to have to do is go check this out in the microscope, look between these, and make sure, I just want to make sure that that is removed. That little microscopic kind of channel almost goes between, and that would cause a problem, so I need to get that out. Okay, good news. That channel is 100% gone. I'm just going to lightly now, just kind of very lightly move this across this paper to just kind of light sand it before going to the 1500 grit. There. Now I'll go ahead and go to the 1500 grit to finish it off. Okay, I've got 1500 grit back on here and just finishing this thing up. Okay, I think I'm going to go take a look at it under the scope. See how she looks. Okay, yeah, and by the way, it is important to keep your parts oiled. So after they're washed, dried, I put them in a bag of oil. Fresh, clean oil. I did not wash these. These are the two bearings. But everything else has been oiled. Well, I just oiled the cylinders after I resurfaced them, cleaned them in the sonic cleaner, dried them, and then I re-oiled them. And I just put my bagged oil parts in here so that it doesn't leak all over the place. So this one just doesn't seem to be leaking, so I'm not worried about it. But yeah, as I clean stuff, it's getting oiled. It's getting put in an oily environment to keep it from rusting. Just what you should do. So, just got done cleaning this little group of parts. Little sprocket gear, a couple washers, and this big, well, not biggest gear, but another one of the gears. The idea behind sonically cleaning all of these and then just kind of re-oiling them, storing them in an oily bag here. Remember when I first opened up my Transaxle, all the kind of silver streaking throughout the whole thing? There's a lot of silver streaking. That's metal. So the idea is I have to clean with the sonic cleaner because I want all of that metal off of these parts. So I've cleaned them in the cleaner, dried them, and now I'm just soaking them in fresh oil. That's all. And then putting them away and waiting, until I get all of my parts together and I can actually put it together. I got one more gear to clean, the big main gear, the differential gear, if you will. I got that to clean, and then I'll be done cleaning parts. Okay, sitting down here, I just cleaned this really well. It needs to really dry. And that's pretty greasy right there. So there's still some grease pockets in there that I gotta get. I didn't use the sonic cleaner, which might not be a bad idea to set this upside down, put this flat in the sonic cleaner to clean all this crap out of here. But first thing I want to do is kind of scrape some of this old gasket material off very lightly with a blade. Just very lightly. I need my glasses. Gasket material. And a lot of it's going to fall down in there. And I don't really care about that because I'm going to clean it again. Okay, well, we're going to speed this process up. I'm going to use this bit. I don't remember what these are called, but I use this on like even aluminum cylinder heads and blocks and stuff like that to clean them. And that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Okay, and I want to just kind of use the blade to go around the screw holes and dig some of this out. I'm going to call that good. So we'll take you around here. Just some superficial scratches there. Maybe I'll go back over that, buff those out. But other than that, looks really good. I'm going to buff those back out right there. And this thing will have to be cleaned again. I think I will put this upside down in my sonic cleaner. It'll clean most of it. Cleaning these little pockets where this nasty grease is at. Down in there, trapped. Just nastiness that's trapped. I want to get that out of there. So, okay, this side is done. Very well. Put one of the axles in, and I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but the grease just kind of lifts off. I'm actually using simple green with hot water here. And this doesn't fit great, but I can like maneuver it. Like I can put this side that way now for the next 8 minutes or whatever. So I can kind of maneuver it around. Yeah, we'll get it cleaned up. Okay, I got it back on here. I think it looks pretty darn good and clean. Just needs to air dry really well. And then I'll go through and make sure, blow it out again. Got all the trapped nastiness out of all those little areas, and then down in here there was some trapped nastiness. Got that all out. Sealing surface is cleaned. Everything's good to go. I'm going to put a plastic grocery bag over top of this, and that'll be good to go. And then we have our axles over here. I just cleaned both of them really well. And get them out. Those will go in a grocery bag, and I need to oil those. So I'm going to do that. Get them oiled. These are the bushings for that go in the axle housing. They go in the very bottom of the axle housing. These are both in really good shape. They fit right down into here. And they're both in good shape. Not scored up or nothing. So that's good. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead, get these axles out, rinse them off really good. Oil them, put them in kind of big grocery bags, and that'll be it for today. The next thing I got to tackle is the other case half, which is in this box over here. And it's got quite a bit of that. It's got the majority of the sealant on it. This one will be easier to clean. At least it's not as big. And yeah, so that'll be that. I'll probably hook that up, probably bolt it to here or something so that it's upright and I can get at it easy. I don't know, I'll figure something out. Take care of the axles and that'll be it for today. Okay, axles are both clean. I took some 1500 grit and just kind of went over this section here on both of them. Smooth it out. These are both clean and reassembled. I'm going to oil them and put them into just big grocery bags and set them over with the rest of the parts. Just actually using a garbage bag, just a kitchen garbage bag. I'm going to put both of them down in there. And got them both in here. I'm just going to put some oil over them. That should be good. Yeah, that's quite oily. So okay, axle's done. Now the only thing that's left to do is wait for that. Oh, my wheel bearings. You know what, I'll put those in a, like this, with a little bit of oil. Okay. There's those wheel bearings. And then we'll be ready to reassemble this thing. This thing will be as if brand new. Okay, I removed the, this is the oil expansion tank. It's like an overflow, I believe. So yeah, I removed that. It's hooked right here. It's just got this one little screw right there keeping it in that bracket. Removed that and drained it. And it had this nastiness in it. You know, that gray colored junk was in that. So yeah, it's a good thing to get that cleaned out. I swapped the small side of the transaxle onto my stand so that I can work on it. I'm going to do that here in a bit. Get that cleaned all up. And now that I've got this nice and clean, I'd like to clean that out. Maybe I'll do a little hot water in there and maybe some Simple Green and hot water. I'd like to get that cleaned out. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and work on that part. And I got my ultra black gasket maker. Putting this back together. So yeah. Alright. Okay, I've washed this tank out as good as I could. There was a lot of old metally laden oil in this thing. And I think I flushed most of that out. I have from my seal kit the new O-ring that goes right there. I'm going to put in. So I need, you know what I think will be good to get that out are tweezers. Well, I can use this. This is a like a dental tool. Use that and kind of pick it off. There we go. And we'll replace that guy It's 20 years old. We might as well put a new one on, right? Slide it right up and on, just like that. Now this tube goes in here, and this goes like so. There's that. And this O-ring is still, it's good, it's pliable, it's not hard. But we got a new one in the kit. Let's use it. And I'm going to put this back here. We got the expansion. The oil expansion has been taken care of. Got that good and cleaned out. New O-ring. Good to go. So now I want to work on this other half. This half right here. And I'm not going to bore you with all that. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Clean it up. And then come back. And this concludes the cleanup of the Transaxle. Just how beautiful this is. Nice and clean. I removed these seals. There was a lot of trapped nastiness underneath these seals. Got it all cleaned out with the sonic cleaner. Ready to be reinstalled, resealed. Looking good. So yeah, now we move to reassembly.